Oh yeah, so that just happened right there. So you guys can't probably see me right now, but I was stranded on the streets for a good little bit. Had to call a tow truck and pick me up, save the day. Let's put this car inside. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be working on the FX35 today, Infiniti. We brought it in with the tow truck because it just started overheating, and well, turns out to be that is pretty much the radiator. Go figure. So we got a new radiator there. Supposedly it's a Denso. Hopefully it's the right one. Hopefully I don't have to return this one and get another one. Make this a little bit longer than I expected it to be. So let's start working on it. First order of business, I'm not sure you can see it. There you go. You got to remove the bottom plastic shield, the splash shield, because with it, you ain't gonna do shit. So let's go ahead and remove that first. Also, don't forget to just remove this before you do that. There you go. You see, now we have that lower radiator hose off. I just went ahead and screwed this back on just so it won't make a mess. And now let's go up. Okay, now that we're up top here, we're gonna go ahead and remove this reservoir here, coolant reservoir. It's pretty simple. It's just this one bolt and this little hose here. It should just slide right out. We're gonna go ahead and come on this side. We're gonna remove this air box here so we can have a lot more space here. It looks like there's only just a few bolts here, these clamps, and these two clips here. So we can remove this piece here. Just went ahead and removed the whole airbox thing here. So now there's a lot more space right here to do some work. In order to remove the whole airbox, just make sure to remove the sensor that was here connected to the tube. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect the fans, or the electric fans here, from this plug that goes here. Pretty simple. All right, now that we have that off, we're gonna go ahead and remove the electric fans, which are, I believe there's a bolt here, a bolt there, and I'm not sure at the bottom, but I'm pretty sure that that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and remove those two bolts so we can remove the electric fans. We went ahead and removed the upper radiator hose. Again, pretty simple. Now let's just slide right up, and there you are. The only thing, as you can see, one bolt, two bolts, and then there's a oil line in the bottom that comes or gets hooked here. All I have to do is just move it forward, and it'll just slide off from here and there. So that's it for the electric fans. You guys may ask, why do I know that it's the radiator that's at fault? Well, I mean, as you can see, it's pretty freaking cracked all the way, pretty much all the way through. So that's that. All right, so now that we have all the space without the electric fans or anything like that, the only thing left, we're almost ready to remove it. Now we have to remove these two oil lines here, which is this one here and this other one right here. We're just gonna go ahead and disconnect them from the radiator side, so we don't have to mess with the engine side. Both lines are disconnected now. I pretty much plugged them up with some bolts I had laying around, and now the only thing that's holding the radiator is just these two screws here. Okay, just easy as that. And this last one, and as you can see, it's ready to come out. Pretty much like that. As you can see, the top of the radiator here, it's a pretty big crack right there. That's why it was overheating. This is an old one, this is a new one, just for comparison. The neck over there, same thing. The corners, same thing. The bottom, two holes there, no radiator. The only thing we need to change over is these rubber mounts there on both sides. Just switch those over to this new one and we should be ready to go. So now that you know how to remove it, let's go ahead and learn how to put it back. All right, so now that we have all the bottom hoses connected, the 2 oil lines, the radiator hose, and we're gonna go ahead and put the electric fans back on and connect it. And again, there's the 2 bolts here, one there, and one on the other side. So let's go ahead and put those fans on. Electric fans are on. And we're gonna go ahead and connect this upper radiator hose. Pretty much mount to the coolant reservoir here. So we can go ahead and connect the little hose that goes here. Let's keep going, let's keep going. Got the air box in, the sensor on, the bolt on. Let's see here, so all that's left now is just this little piece here that goes into the air box, and we're ready to fill it up with coolant. Whew, man. All right, so that's pretty much it. So we got this final piece on, air box, coolant reservoir, the U fans, the lines, the bottom lines, the hose, upper hose. All we have to do now is just fill it up with coolant. So I went ahead and pretty much filled it up. As you can see, this thing has some coolant there. No leaks so far, so it's pretty much ready to turn on and see what it does. When we turn on the car, turn the radio off. Usually I just go ahead and turn on the AC here, full blast. Make sure I turn it on as a heater, so that way everything could really bleed. I'm pretty sure that's the right mode there. And now we wait for the temperature to rise and hopefully, you know, they won't overheat. This bleeding process, I usually leave the car on probably like around anywhere from like half hour to 45 minutes just to really let it bleed. So right now what we're gonna do is just pretty much wait and see if there was any sort of news. If not, then we'll just wrap it up. Alright, so as you can see, these bubbles coming out of this funnel here, that's the air that we want out of the system. So this is why we're bleeding the cooling system out. So there are a lot of bubbles in there since the system is open, so they removed the radiator hoses there. So we're just gonna let this bleed out properly. From there, looks like everything's good, no leaks so far. Alright, so it's still bleeding. As you can see, the level has risen. If you do see some spillage going on, don't be scared, don't be afraid, it's normal. That's just what it does. When it's hot, you know, the level rises. Once it cools down, it goes down. It's just the thermostat opens and closes, so that's what, you know, happens when that happens. So as long as you keep an eye on it, pretty much on the coolant level here and inside on the temperature, make sure it doesn't overheat. So far it's so good. Hopefully, you know, we're finished pretty quickly. And there you have it. Successfully bled the cooling system of this Infiniti. No overheating problems, no leaks, other than the little mist that happened here from the overflow. Mission accomplished. And that's how you replace the radiator on your 2004 or this generation Infiniti FX35. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for future content. Consider following us on IG Los Meros Vera. See you guys next time. Peace.